Alright, what's going on, guys? So today I came across this video while I was browsing for a good video to react to, and it's titled Why Trying to Be Confident Doesn't Work, okay? So let's go ahead and hear this guy out and see if he has a point, which honestly, I hear this a lot. Just being confident doesn't work. I think it's bullshit, but let's hear him out.
Just be confident, bro, has to be one of the most aggravating phrases that has ever been said. It rightfully bugs a lot of people, and yet, despite that, is common advice that people get, in particular men. And it's something that is aggravating for a multitude of reasons. You hear this from girls giving advice to guys that are getting no matches on Tinder or whatever, and I think this is something that is just very much backwards. So the advice of just being confident as a man, it kind of assumes that confidence, your level of self-confidence and efficacy is just divorced from everything else in the world, as if it's like this ethereal thing that has no connection to anything, when in fact confidence is almost linked one-to-one with what your life experience is. For example, imagine if there was like an electrode tied to your head, and every time you ate a cake, you would get like this painful shock that just racked your body with agony. So after like the first 2 times you eat a cake, you just swear it off, you don't want to eat another cake again. When you walk past a bakery and you look at those cakes in the windowsill, you know what's going to happen? You're going to get anxious. You're going to have a bit of anxiety looking at these cakes. This is not you being irrational. In fact, you're being perfectly rational, where your brain is associating these cakes with pain and discomfort. It makes total logical sense. People that have had bad social experiences and have had people that have been shitty to them, of course they're going to have social anxiety. It's totally rational for them to have social anxiety. Like when you see like a socially anxious kid, there's probably a damn good reason for it. Like either...
Yes, the reason is their paradigm growing up was fucked up. And listen, growing up, I wasn't the most social guy. I didn't have the best social skills. I wasn't the most confident, but my paradigm was fucked up. And once I learned that you have the power to control your paradigm, that's when I became confident. That's when I was in control of my life, because I understood that it's all within your mind. It's all your paradigm. And what I mean by that is that the analogy that he said, right? Oh, if you walk past some cakes and then you go and see that cake again and then you had a bad experience, you're going to be anxious. Yeah. But you have to come to the realization that, hey, listen, we're not talking about cakes here. We're talking about ass. And unless you want to be an incel, we're talking about men and women. Unless you want to be an incel your entire life, meaning you miss out on the one life that you have forever on ever getting a nice piece of ass. I get to have them. Some other guys get to have them. You don't? Do you really want to live that life? If not, you have to switch your paradigm. Of course you have to work on yourself, but you also have to switch your paradigm, meaning switching the way that you think. Because the reason why you get anxious when you have experienced failures in the past is because of your paradigm. Because once you switch that paradigm to, okay, I don't see failures as failures, but I see them as lessons. That's preparing your mindset in case you do fail again, which you will inevitably. We all will fail at some point in our lives, in every area of our life. There will come a time when we do fail. It is inevitable. It's your mindset that prepares you for that failure. The person who thinks, if I fail, I will quit, that person will quit. The person who thinks, if I fail, I will learn from that failure and I will do better the second time or the next time that I try. That person's paradigm is setting them up for success.
Something bad has happened to that kid, like people have treated that kid badly or so on. It's not necessarily the kid's fault or even a shortcoming, I would argue. I think a lot of people's social anxiety is simply being around people that are and they're smart enough to realize people are shitty, so they don't become confident. They have a bit of social anxiety. I think this makes total logical sense. The example of like a guy that isn't that physically attractive being socially anxious around girls. Yeah, he should be socially anxious because for the most part, guys that are unattractive are treated pretty damn badly whenever they try to like hit on a girl. So like, it makes sense for them.
I mean, look at this guy right here. This guy right here, there's things about him that he can't change. And what do I always tell you guys? As a man, you don't focus on what you can't change. He can't change his nose. He can't change his lips. But he can change his facial structure based on, losing body fat, looking more chiseled as opposed to looking chubby. This fucking haircut, it could change. These glasses, they can go. So being the ugly guy and looking like this, oh, he's an ugly guy, he's just unattractive. Yeah, but there's still things that he can improve. And this is the problem with guys who are, oh, I'm just the ugliest guy in the world. And they don't fucking try. They don't try to improve. They just have a loser's mentality. And that ties back into paradigm. Meaning, hey, I have the paradigm that life just gave me the worst fucking cards in the world. No. You have the fucking power to change whatever the fuck situation you're in. It's totally up to you, and it's all in the way that you think. And you need to understand that, because if you don't, you will perpetually lose.
Pretty damn badly whenever they try to like hit on a girl. So like, it makes sense for them to be that way. Again, I don't even think that is something that should be consciously changed. Using myself as an example, when I was like this obese neckbeard guy, I kind of grew up seeing people kind of be shitty, and I was just like, yeah, I don't really want to talk to people. I don't really have that confidence when speaking to people. Because my experience of like high school was people were kind of mean and weird and volatile. So yeah, of course I have a bit of anxiety. And now I'm like fairly muscular, quite lean, I've got like a jawline and so on. It's like I'm now a lot more socially confident and I'm not, as anxious of people. But that's because people are treating me better. And like in particular in like the manosphere, there's like this strange idea that you have to like show that you're not anxious and that you have to project confidence. There's so many videos on how to like talk confidently with girls or how to like have body language that like projects power or whatever. Like people are kind of creating these symptoms of having confidence as opposed to being confident, if that makes sense. Like for example, if I'm feeling anxious or whatever, like, let's say the cartel kidnaps me. I'm going to be really scared. I'm going to be really stressed out. So what does it matter if I...
Here's the thing. Confidence comes from your actions. So people can teach you all these tricks. People can teach you how to seem and appear more confident. And will that help you? A little bit. It'll make you feel confident. It won't give you confidence. It'll make you feel confident. You can get a haircut. You might not be confident, but you feel confident when you get that haircut. You might get a new cologne. You might spray it on. You might feel confident, but once it wears off, it wears off. You might, go and get a pump and you might feel confident. So all these things make you feel confident. However, confidence comes from your actions, meaning you trust yourself. That is what confidence is. I trust that I can do this. Some of you guys who aren't confident with women, are you confident that you can be a great player at Fortnite? I'm sure you are, because you've given yourself enough action, enough examples to show yourself, listen, I can fucking build a motherfucking fort in Fortnite, and I can come on top on the #1 battle royale. I don't even remember all this fucking terminology, but I'm just pulling this shit out my ass. But you're confident in that, right? Because you've given yourself the actions. If me and you, right? If every time you were in a situation and every time there was a problem, you called me and I picked up every single time. And every time you called everyone else, they did not pick up. They never picked up. You wouldn't be confident that those people will help you, but you would be confident that I would. You would be confident that if you're in a fucked up situation and you're like, damn, who can I call? Well, I'm confident that Abdiel would pick up the phone. Why are you confident in that? Because of the actions. The actions leading up to that. It's a stack of evidence. Okay? So if you're unconfident, ask yourself, why are you unconfident? Do you approach women? No. Or do you approach women? Yeah, I've approached a few. And what did you do? Well, I got rejected and I just quit. So you've given yourself evidence that you're a fucking quitter. You've given yourself evidence that you need the validation of other people. You've given yourself evidence that if a woman says no, it's fucking over, right? Listen, if you want confidence, you have to give yourself evidence that you are a fucking winner. Even when you're losing. You're just in a losing situation, but you're still a fucking winner. Because rejection doesn't faze you. And you have to create this mindset within before you go out into the battlefield. Okay? You have to train yourself through self-talk, through visualizing the man that you want to be. And then you can go out there into the field and start collecting evidence that you are who you say you are, and that will make you confident. Because you stop putting the value on what the woman, decides. Because when you put the value on what the woman decides, that's when your confidence goes like this. Because you can't control that. But when you put your value on, did I approach her? Yes. Okay. Did I learn something from it? Yes. Okay. Now you've done that multiple times, over and over and over and over again. You've given yourself evidence that I don't give a fuck what woman I see. If she's beautiful, I'm going to go talk to her. And if she rejects me, I don't give a fuck. Because, newsflash, there's millions and billions of them out there. So why the fuck would I care, right? Now you've given yourself evidence, now you're confident. Okay, so confidence does not come from thin air. All those things will make you feel confident, but you will not get confidence until you've given yourself through proven actions. All right, guys?
I stand up straight and have a good posture and I have body language that shows I'm not scared. It doesn't matter. I'm still scared. You know what I mean? I'm still stressed out. So the more logical thing to do is to not be around people or try to avoid people that stress you out. That's not the advice, right? It's just to mask your lack of confidence. And I think watching tutorials on how to look more confident, or what to do with your hands, or how to stand up straight, it's just all of this is kind of confusing the metrics of success with the success itself. This is a common problem that happens where people try to improve a individual metric as if it's in a void, without seeing the big picture, the spirit of what that metric represents. A good example is wannabe influencers, people that want to be famous, or an IG model, this type of person. A lot of the time they will buy followers on Instagram. What they're doing is confusing the metric of having a high follower count with the influence itself, right? You could buy 100,000 followers on Instagram, you're still not making money from that Instagram page. The metric becomes meaningless when you try to cheese it like that. And that's what I think a lot of the content creators and the manosphere are doing. They're kind of creating the illusion of being this confidence guy, and how to stand up straight and how to project.
Put 2-inch soles in your shoes. That shit is the fucking weakest shit a man could do. If you put in 2-inch soles in your shoes because you're unconfident in your height and you think that shit will somehow make you more confident, to put in some fucking 2-inch soles in your shoes so you can walk around feeling like He-Man, and then as soon as you guys get back to the bedroom, you fucking shrink, and what? Now it's time to perform, and now you're not feeling like He-Man? What are you feeling like? What are you feeling like, big guy? If you're not confident in your height, what did I say again? You have to give yourself evidence, okay? So if you're short, you work on yourself. You make sure you build an attractive you. You're not fucking fat. You don't have a huge gut because you're already at a disadvantage. You're already short, okay? So guess what? Now that you're short, you go out there and you collect evidence that you can make it happen. You fuck a few good baddies, right? Fuck this baddie here, fuck this baddie there. You make it happen, okay? How do you make it happen? You make it happen, okay? A man just makes shit happen. All right, so you go out there, you fuck a couple bitches, and then now you've given yourself evidence. I'm short. I'm still fucking bitches. So why should I be unconfident about my height? Because if I did it once, I can do it 10 times. If I did it 10 times, I can do it 100. If I do it 100, I can do it 1,000, and so on and so forth. That's where the confidence comes from. Because you've given yourself the evidence, okay? 2-inch fucking, booster soles is not going to make you fucking confident. It's going to make you feel confident for the moment, but once again, it's not true confidence. Fucking using a penis pump to inflate your dick for a few minutes, okay, is that going to make you feel more confident? Maybe. I've never tried it. But once that shit deflates and it's back to the normal size, well, there you go. Now you're unconfident again. You have to give yourself fucking evidence. Listen, I got a fucking shrimp, but guess what? I made her come with my fingers. I know how to fucking seduce a bitch. I know how to, build up the sexual tension to where I don't even have to, give her my dick. Give yourself confidence through the evidence that you show yourself. Accept the things that you cannot change. And then the things that you can change and are under your control, you control them by going out there and collecting evidence.
Confidence when they're not actually that confident. Again, you're confusing the metric with the spirit of the thing, And here's the sideways look at this issue that I want to leave you guys with, is what's wrong with being unconfident? Your brain is actually...
A lot. What's wrong with being unconfident? Listen, once again, I've developed myself into the man who has unshakable confidence. Nothing can fucking shake my confidence. I don't give a fuck because I don't fear failure. I don't fear rejection. Every fucking failure that has led me to the point where I'm at today, it's built me into the man that I am today. It hasn't broken me down because of my paradigm. See, some people are broken by failures. Failure breaks you down. And then there's the man who failure is knocking on his door, puts it on his back. It's pressing. Life is pressing down on you, wanting to crush you. But guess what? You just keep getting stronger and stronger and you lift that shit the fuck up. So guess what? I don't fear failure. I don't fear rejection. Matter of fact, I'm in door-to-door sales. I face rejection more than any human being on this earth. I've done it for 2 years. Probably a little bit over that. Every fucking day of my life. I face rejection every fucking day. So guess what? I don't give a fuck about rejection. Would I have done this back in the day when I was probably like 15, 16? Fuck no. Because my paradigm was fucked up. I was unconfident. And why is it important to be confident? Because it changes everything. If you're confident, you can speak on camera. If you're confident, you can go up to a woman and go talk to her. If you're confident, you can go door to door and make sales. If you're confident, you can work a job and people, respect you. People everywhere around you, they respect you more. So it's extremely important to be confident. Shit, I would fucking hate to live a life like I was when I was a young boy, unconfident. It's fucking terrible. People treat you differently and you see results completely differently. And that's why I get on here every day and I teach you guys what I teach you.
Actually quite rational. Your ancestors have survived millions of years of evolution to get you to this point. You're going to have some good genetic memory. Your brain's going to suss out when something isn't quite right or when you're not in a secure position, and it's going to let you know that you're not. If you're around people that make you feel insecure or unconfident, it's a problem with your environment. It's a problem with the people you're with, right? So I don't know.
No, that's not true. If you're feeling insecure around certain people, it's not their fault. It's that you're placing their validation above your own. And you have to switch that. Because guess what? I don't give a fuck what anybody says about me. I could walk into a room, everybody fucking hates me. Okay, I don't give a fuck. Let me go ahead and leave. Because clearly these people don't respect me, but I respect myself. And I have enough respect for myself to not be around these motherfuckers if they don't respect me. Because the last person that's going to disrespect me is me. Because I value my validation, my opinion, and my respect over anyone else's. That's why I could fucking walk away from a chick even if I love her, even if I miss her, even if, we have these memories. Because guess what? I respect myself at the end of the day. I value my validation and my opinion. So I will never put anybody else's opinion, validation, or whatever the fuck over mine. I do what the fuck I want, and I don't care about what people think. That's why I can sit here on YouTube all day and say whatever the fuck comes to my mind, and I can get all the hate comments. I don't give a fuck. You guys think I care about this shit? Listen, so if you go into a room and everybody, the people around you are making you feel unconfident, that's not them. It's you. You've given them the power. You have given them the power. You have to retrieve that power by spending time on your own, building a connection with yourself. Once again, giving yourself evidence that you are who you are. Meaning, a lot of you guys, you haven't given yourself the evidence because you're the lowest possible version of yourself. And that's not you. That's not you. That is the lowest, weakest version of yourself. You have to show yourself through trial and error, through failures, learning from the lessons that come with the failure, how you can become the best version of yourself. Because the best version of yourself, that's really you. And everything in between that is the journey. Okay? So you have to go through that journey, and you have to have the right paradigm and the right mindset so that as you go through that journey, you level up. You become stronger mentally, physically, in every fucking way. And then the validation is in your hands. You validate yourself through your actions. I validate myself through my actions, meaning I am confident that I can approach a woman and no one can take that away from me because I validated myself through my actions. I know that anytime I see a beautiful woman, I don't give a fuck how bad she is. Some guys, she's so fucking bad, I would never approach a woman like that. I don't give a fuck. I like what I see. I'm gonna go talk to her. I've given myself that fucking validation because I've shown myself through my actions. Working out, I've shown myself through my actions that I will go work out and make it happen. Dieting, I'm getting my abs now. And it's been 29 days. I've given myself through my actions, okay, I can do this shit. You understand what I'm saying? Being self-employed. See, I give myself the validation because all of the shit that I've shown myself that I can do. So start showing yourself what the fuck you can do, and then the validation begins to fall in your hands, and you don't place other people's validation over yours, okay?
No, maybe you not feeling good when being around certain people is probably a good sign that they're not good for you. Like if I was around a bunch of gangsters that, did like armed robberies and assassinated people, I can try to be sociable and like relax, but I'm not really going to be that way because my brain is intelligent enough to realize that I'm not secure. I shouldn't be.
I mean, in that situation, we're talking about life or death. That's a fucking a survival instinct. You're around some motherfucking some dangerous threats, and okay, this could potentially. But when we're talking about confidence with women, there's no fucking danger, right? Because the fear, the anxiety was given to you from our primitive years when we had to go out there and fucking hunt. We needed that fear. We needed that anxiety. Because when you see a lion and it's walking up towards you, if you don't have that fear, if you don't have that anxiety, and you don't fucking know the danger that you're in, the threat that is about to happen, guess what? You're fucked. You're dead. So it's ingrained in us as a survival instinct. But when it comes to women, guys need to get the fuck out of their own fucking mind and stop telling themselves that they have fear and anxiety. Because fear and anxiety is for survival, not for if you talk to a woman, that's just your paradigm. Because the worst she can say is fucking no. What is she gonna do? Fucking scream at the top of her lungs? How? This guy just what the fuck do you think is gonna happen? And if she does, who cares? Hey, guys, I don't know. This bitch is crazy. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with her. I just came over here, said hello. I don't know what she has going on, okay? Just walk away. That's it. That's all you can do. But in a situation like this, okay, you're around the fucking cartel. Shit. That's the reason why I'd never go to fucking Mexico. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how beautiful it is over there. I've seen plenty of fucking videos of dumb motherfucker chopping off people's heads, taking skin off places where the skin is not supposed to be taken off. Meaning, you know what I mean? All of this, I'm not going to say it on YouTube but I'm not going to fucking Mexico. The fuck? Is that oh, is that fear and anxiety? No, I'm fucking smart. I'm not gonna go somewhere where it's fucking that fucking dangerous and people getting their head chopped off and shit like that. So in this situation where he's talking about if he's around some cartel people, yeah, in that situation, you understand these people are fucking dangerous. Their mind is not in the right place. They're probably fucking evil people. So maybe I should be on point. Maybe my nerves are useful in this situation. But when it comes to a date, are your nerves useful in that situation? No, they just throw you off your game. They make you less sharp. In a situation where it's life or death, your nerves make you sharper. You're on point. You're like, the fuck is going on here? Oh shit, what does that guy have in his hand? Oh, why is this guy coming behind me? Why is he flanking me? Like, that's important, okay?
Be that confident. I should mind my P's and Q's when around these dangerous guys. I don't accept this idea that not being confident is this like mark of shame that you should consciously try to change. Your feelings are actually informing you of a lot of things. And, you know, if people make you feel bad, it's probably the problem with the people and not you.
No, it's not true. Listen, brother. I like the fact that, you know, there was some interesting edits in here. But I disagree with a lot of the points. But that's what YouTube is for. Listen, I think that if you disagree with me and you state why you disagree with me, I'm willing to hear you out. I'm willing to see why you disagree with me. That's what humans should do. That's what men should do. Men are supposed to be emotional. Listen, there's people who comment under my videos and they get all emotional. No, you stupid, blah, 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 blah. It's like, that's not what men are supposed to do. Men are supposed to be calm. You disagree, you say why you disagree. And you explain it logically. And if it makes sense to someone else, and they say, okay, that makes sense. That's how it's supposed to be handled. Like the video, guys, if you support me. If you're a hater, then just go ahead and click off. Leave a comment. I love reading the comments. Subscribe. And shoot me an Instagram message at Optimal Man Coaching if you need my help. Let's go, guys.